Good evening, everybody, and welcome back again with another live show on the channel. It is match preview for tomorrow's game away to Spurs down at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. 4:30 kickoff. And Tony's joining me for this one. How you doing, Tony?
Yeah, not too bad, Pete. How are you, mate?
Yes, good. Well, let's just hope I don't have my connection go skew with the night, so hopefully that doesn't happen tonight this time. So fingers crossed it doesn't, because it had an absolute nightmare yesterday.
Yeah, it was off on. Is that the new top you've got
Certainly
on there,
was.
Pete? I can see. I thought it was.
It is, yes. I love it.
What do you make of it?
Really nice. I love it.
Yeah. Did you have to go the next size up like the other tops as well?
You what, sorry?
Are the fits like the same as the other tops where you've got to go the next size up?
I think this fits just fine.
Better. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say probably just as well. Well, guys, if you do enjoy tonight's live preview for tomorrow's game, of course, do stick the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, of course, if you are new to the channel, or if you are enjoying the content and you're not yet subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button as well. Hit the notification bell because it does let you know whenever I am live on the channel. And feel free to donate because we do have Super Chat available. And of course, feel free to become a member as well of the channel for just 99p a month as well. Well, Tony, trip down to White Hart Lane tomorrow. How is this game going to go?
It's not going to be an easy game because Spurs haven't had a bad start of the season, but they can be good at. And I can see it being quite an opening game. It's going to be quite a open game, and I think there's going to be a lot of attacking. But what's probably going to impress it more is it's going to be our intensity as well in pressing, which is going to probably knock Spurs out with their sink as well. So as long as we keep Son and Kane quiet, I can see this being a positive result for us. I would, if we keep them too quiet, then I'll be happy with that. But even if we come away with a draw, that it's not a bad result after all. Just don't want to lose. Yeah, but we don't go into games now thinking, "Oh, we're going to lose this one." We're going into these games thinking we can get 3 points. No, we can get a point, but least of all, we know we can't lose because we're just playing so well at the minute, and we've just got so much confidence about us. And then you see results today, like Liverpool getting beat off Nottingham Forest 1-0, and Jurgen Klopp's blaming his strikers for it. Well, yeah, but not being funny, Nottingham Forest must have played well to beat you 1-0, and it happened to be an ex-Liverpool player that scores the goal, the ex-striker for Liverpool. I think he was just a young striker for them at the time, but I bet he couldn't believe it when he scored against his old club and the winning goal.
Yeah, I can imagine him as well. But I've seen the highlights, and I thought Forest did very well. I thought well worthy of the win. So there.
Yeah.
Let's rattle through some comments. Stephen says, evening, all hope you well. Hi, PD, Tony, and all. We better not lose it. I'll be getting tweets, slash messages from Tottenham fans who I know. I mean, even if we did lose the game, as long as we just perform down there as well, that's the main thing as well.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, as long as we've put on a display that we're going to go there and give it a go and have a right old go at it. But if we went there and it'll not be like last season. We went there, we were 1-0 up, and then obviously 1-1. Ben Davies scored just before half time, which was a bit of a sucker punch. Yeah. Second half, we lost 4-0 because they come out and they scored 5. But but our midfield left loads of gaps, so they were just running through the midfield. So tomorrow it'll be a totally different game from our end.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. Klopp probably saved Forest side 22 players, and we can't do that at Liverpool. That's why we lost. It's just the God Almighty. But yeah, defensively, we're a lot better now. We're going to have Sven Botman, to me, no doubt, is going to be a starter at the back for me, along with Fabian Schär. We feel there could be a change at left back. We like to see Matty Targett come in now. Give Ben a bit of a rest. in my opinion, even though people will say, oh, why change the back four? We've had 3 games within the space of a week, so there's going to be a lot of tired legs out there.
Yeah.
As well. So that's why we think Eddie Howe's come out and he's looking to make changes as well.
Yeah, I mean, I did put a team out this afternoon. I'm sure earlier, and I sort of said, this was my starting lineup, and I said Pope and goal, Trippier, Share, Botman, Burns / or Target, and then in the midfield, Bruno, Willock, Longstaff, and the front 3 would be Almiron, Callum Wilson, and I would start Elliot Anderson.
Yep, it could be. I think, we should look to take Murphy out this time. He's not been great the last couple of games. I don't think Joe Litton's going to make the game as well, so it's a good idea to get Willock in there as well. Hopefully we'll see Shelby come on at some point as well. I would like to see him come on at some point as well, because it's going to get Bruno higher up the pitch in a way.
Yeah, I mean, even if Longstaff played an hour and give Shelby half an hour, give him a bit of match practice, because we should have brought him on against Everton, but maybe because we were only 1-0, maybe Howe didn't want to bring him on, and he wanted, so hopefully he gets some minutes tomorrow, but that depends how the game's going, I suppose, as well, but overall, no, I mean, Shelby's back quicker than we actually thought, because he wasn't meant to be back until probably, I think, the Chelsea game just before the World Cup. So he's back ahead of schedule anyway. So, but I would like to see him start. But, he gets some minutes tomorrow. But I definitely want to see Anderson starting over Murphy, because Murphy's been, as you say, Peter, he's been poor for the last couple of games. And I think it's time to take him out the firing line, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I mean, even Eddie Howe said that Elliot Anderson's due for a start at some point, is almost there for a start. Why not this game?
Yeah, I mean, all these teams who have got good young players, they don't leave them on the bench all season. They do bring them on and they do play them from the start. And I think Anderson's more than worthy of a start. I mean, they came on the other night and he played quite well when he came on the other night. And I would just like to see what he can do from the start. That's what I want to see, is what he can do from the start of a game. But again, again, if he'd not picked up that injury just before the Bournemouth game, then I think that game he would have definitely started that game. But, I just hope he does get that chance tomorrow, because he might be the game changer for us tomorrow. Who knows?
Yep, absolutely. Liam says the Chelsea game being so boring, and people say Potter is a better manager than how we give Man United much more of a game. That game's currently going ahead. I'm not watching it at the moment, but it's not been a great game from what I've been reading. I like Covey says Howe will probably start Fraser over Anderson. Fraser, I don't want to see him there.
No, I don't either, Pete. I mean, he's not really great, as he's been a bit, to be fair, he's Fraser, to me, he just doesn't cut it. That's the problem, Pete. I know last season he was all right-ish in some games, but this season he hasn't really set the world alight. And to be fair,
no, he hasn't.
I would rather have Anderson over Fraser, if I'm honest. To be honest, I want Fraser out the door by next summer, because he's not the player we need to go to the next level. He ain't going to be that player. A few years ago, Bournemouth, he was that player. Arsenal wanted him. All the big teams wanted him.
Yeah.
But since then, his level's just gone boom. I don't know if Bruce has caused that, but then, how picked him back up and got him playing again. But I just don't rate him at all.
I mean, where's that gone from last season when Howe came in? He did well to link up with Trippier down that right-hand side, but we've not seen anything from him at all this season. No, we haven't. Liam says, like we are Tottenham TV said, if you know who they are, Murphy is average. He is at the moment. He is.
Yeah, he's not great at all.
Hey, PD and Tony, do you know if the Toon Review poll is on Grindr? If not, is someone using this pic with a profile on Grindr? I'm not so sure, to be honest. I'm not so sure.
I don't know. No.
Liam says we should let Fraser go in January.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We should?
Well, if we've got I'm going to say, I know it sounds weird, but I'm going to say, have we got a suitable replacement? But say, for instance, in January, we go out and buy, say, Mudryk and bring him in, and get him out the club. Yeah, definitely, I would say. But we'd have to get a replacement just so we've got strength and depth there, if you know what I mean, Pete.
Yeah. Chris says I would start Anderson ahead of Fraser now, ahead of both him and Murphy as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I like how he says send a DM with the profile link to Paul on his Twitter or email. Someone is probably, I'll try and do that if no one else has done that as well. Because apparently Big Frankie says he's seen his pick on Grindr. Coffee, I've not seen anything. I don't use Grindr.
No, exactly. No.
I mean, Grindr's a dating site, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Of some sort,
it could be. Someone might have set a profile up.
Yeah, but at least if
it has,
yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose if he's DM'd, then at least he can look at it and then he can go and report it to them and say, look, this profile pic is me, but nobody should be using it. And they'll take it off.
Absolutely, because
as long as he reports it, yeah. Or somebody else could report it and say that's a fake.
Yeah, they could do easily, definitely. Well, apparently McTominay's conceded a penalty against Chelsea.
Oh, has he now?
Well. Apparently Leaf says it's a gate app. Well, whoever's doing it better pack it in as well.
That's disgusting, yeah.
It is. If someone's done that to Paul, then shame on them. Absolute shame on them. 1-0 Chelsea it is, Liam says. So Chelsea have the lead against Man United.
I've just put the app on just to see if I can see the goal in it on Sky Go. And obviously that's behind this. That shows you how far Sky Go has been because he's already said 1-0. But just want to see how he puts this penalty away. Does he do it justice?
Yeah, I know.
It's Jorginho.
The fact is, I know when you're watching it from like a stream on a phone, it is a bit behind. That's the problem.
Yeah, he sent it here the wrong way.
But apparently it's called Stallion's pick with Paul's pick. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus. I mean, again, whoever's doing it, shame on them. Absolute shame on them.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, right. These two for Spurs are going to be a threat for us. They really, really are. Of course, Son and Kane. But we've said it. They are going to find it hard to break us down, Tony.
Yeah, these two need to be contained. And the thing is, we've got a good back four. We've got a good back five, in fact. But the two centre-halves in particular, Schär and Botman, are good enough to contain both of them. And if we don't give them much space, then they're not going to be able to play their natural game. So we need to close them down. But I think Eddie will have all this tuned into the players, and he's probably shown them videos and everything and said, look, this is what we need to do. But yeah, I would like to think our back four is strong enough to contain them too anyway. And we have the best defensive record in the Premier League. 9 goals conceded with 5 clean sheets. Let's make it 6 tomorrow.
That would be great, wouldn't it? I mean, the first time we went to the Spurs Stadium, we got a 1-0 win through Joe Linton.
Yes, yeah.
I remember that, yes. The second game we had, it was a lucky penalty to get a draw, I must admit.
Yes, that was, definitely, yeah.
and
you
we
take
got
it all
ripped
day.
apart. Well, that's it. Yeah. But the last time we went there, we got really carved apart in terms of being in defence. But hopefully that'll not happen this time.
No.
Really, really can't be. Bruno gave De Gea some motivational speech in his ears before the penalty kick.
Well, that went the right
And
way.
De
Then,
Gea
didn't
dived
it?
the wrong way. Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, haha. I was at the game when we won 1-0 under Bruce. Yeah, Lee was there.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have loved to have been down there as well. First time we went to the Spurs Stadium and getting all 3 points down there as well.
And if I remember,
it is going to be a very interesting game.
Yeah, if I remember when Joe Linton scored that goal, we played in that orange away kit as well.
Yes, that orange third one we had. Yes, I remember that as well. Emerson Royale is a player we can target because I think he's woeful.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, last season, didn't he score against us, didn't he? And
he did.
He looked all right then, but obviously we weren't at the best last season, but now we're a totally different animal. Yeah, he can be good at, and that's why if Elliot Anderson's, because he's a right back, isn't he? So if Elliot Anderson's
right wing
playing,
back,
yeah. So if Elliot Anderson's playing, he can burn him off and run rings around him, hopefully. So let's target him. Yeah. And if Matt Targett's playing, he'll target him as well. So in more ways than one. But yeah.
Oh, if Doherty plays as well, I don't think he's been that good for Spurs. Another one you can target as well.
Yeah, I mean, definitely,
so Spurs have got some weaknesses at the back a lot. I think Eric Dyer's really done well this season, but another one you can really get at as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
He's still not rated the best, is he?
Not really, Pete, but yeah, the games are there to be won and lost, and the thing is, so in the battle will be won and lost on midfield, I think. But I think we can control that midfield, and if say Bruno doesn't play tomorrow, we've still got options there to play, but but that's not to say Bruno's not playing, because we've not actually heard anything. Nobody's come out and said Bruno isn't playing. There's nothing anywhere. So, and it may be the fact that Bruno says, as long as his partner's fine, and she says, yeah, I'm fine. They'll probably have help anyway, for somebody to help.
Oh,
her
yeah.
out anyway.
I mean,
so
I think they're back home now. I think they have been back home. So they're home from the hospital, which is good. So hopefully it's still okay for Bruno to come out and play this game for us tomorrow. Because he may not have to fly out straight away. He could probably come out the next day and do it.
Yeah, he could fly out in the morning.
Could do. And there's not heard anything at all to say he's definitely going to be missing for tomorrow.
No, exactly. I mean,
but,
they could have a private jet waiting for him in the morning just to say, right, jump on that Newcastle airport, boom, straight down. There you go. And then he'd be at the hotel in no time.
It says on his bio, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm not going to read more into that. I'm going to give Paul a DM and let him know about that, because that is just so not on at all. Hope Eric Dyer is bollockal when we play them tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I was disappointed we didn't go at him a lot last season, I thought. Particularly the first game under the new ownership. But hopefully this time we can really.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, because the other centre half's Ben Davies, and he's not too bad, is he? He's not a bad centre half, is he? But there's plenty of gaps there where we can get at Spurs, and so yeah, I mean, I would still say it's not beyond the realms of impossibility to go there and get a win. But as I say, if it's a point at the end of the day, I'll take a point. But
oh yeah, absolutely, you would.
My head says a point, but my heart says we're going to win. But the thing is, what I do like now is that we go into every game, and we're not frightened now. We're not frightened of the opposition. We just think, oh, we can pick up points here. We can pick up points there.
We can.
You know, we lost that Liverpool game through a refereeing decision, through carrying on to play at 98 minutes. If he hadn't done that, we would have had a draw. We would be unbeaten at this point. And let's remember,
we could have maybe won it if Isak set goal. It should have counted.
Yeah, if VAR hadn't said, "Oh, we can't tell what shadows are what," well, I've never heard such a load of tosh in all my life, you know. And but yeah, it's just one of those things. But the good thing is, Liverpool are still below us, and they've lost 2 more games than us as well. They've lost 3 this season.
They have, yeah. Oh, apparently it's 1-1 at Stamford Bridge. Last minute goal, says Liam. Oh, I wonder who's got it. And Sean says, hey, PD and Tony, I'm going for 1-1. That's not a bad. I tell you who has backed us to get a win. Down there tomorrow. Chris Sutton's actually backed us to win there tomorrow.
Has he really? Wow.
He's actually gone for us to win 2-1 down there.
Guess when the goal was scored, Pete? 94 minutes by Casemiro.
Oh, Casemiro, wow.
Well, he's paid a bit of his £60 million back. Hey, but Pete, the thing is, though, that 1-1 draw helps us out because a win tomorrow, we're 4th place tomorrow night.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? It really, really does. I mean, our goal difference is better than Chelsea's as well. So even Liam says if we beat Spurs, we're in the top 4. There you are. Yeah, it was Casemiro who scored. Tony, what's in your YouTube channel called? I'll give you a sub. I've got it down in the description. It's all black and white TV.
Yeah, thanks.
So that is Tony's new channel. No problem. I have put it in the description along as John Sinclair TV because Tony's still going to be part of that as well, definitely. So there. We expect Eddie Howe's going to stick 4-3-3. He's not going to go away from a formation that's really working well, but we just might see some rotations in for tomorrow. That's it. Yeah,
he tends to stick with his 4-3-3, but then if you've noticed on some, Brentford game, the Everton game, and on the Man U game as well in parts. But if you notice, sometimes he'll decide he'll flip Almiron to the left, and then he'll see if it's Murphy back on the right. But they'll only play there for a couple of minutes, and then they'll switch back again. But you see, I know he likes the inverted winger thing, but I would still like to see. I really would still like to see Almiron given the left-hand side berth because his stats on the left. If he was playing on the left, they would probably be even better than what they are now. But yeah, I still stand by Miggy will score tomorrow night. I wonder if he'll have another goal of the month contender tomorrow.
Oh, that would be great, wouldn't it? It really, really would be. And he's going to go to this game full of confidence as well, isn't he? Because the way he's been performing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because we got goal of the month in August, goal of the month in September. And, he's already up for goal of the month for this one, isn't he? So, Fulham, Everton, it's just crazy, isn't it? And it's like I said the other night, the Premier League may as well just say, do you know what, Newcastle, there's the 9 trophies for goal of the month. You can have them because it's pointless because you're going to win every single one.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
That's a thing, Pete. This is a good question, right? And I bet it's never happened. I bet if we won every goal of the month competition this season, I think we would only be the first team to do that because I don't think any team's gone through the whole season winning goal of the month every month. And
absolutely,
what a stat it would be if it was Almiron that won every single one, wouldn't it? And then how would Jack Grealish feel?
Oh yeah, exactly. Yes. Oh yes, absolutely. I've messaged Paul to let him know what's been going on, and again, just a massive, absolute shame on the person whoever has done that again. So, I like how he says Bruno should score and do the baby celebration. I remember Ryan Taylor doing that one time when we beat Everton 2-1 in 2011.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember Ryan Taylor did a celebration like that as well.
Yeah, where he went like that. Yeah.
Yes, I remember that,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? You know, Bruno should have like a dummy or something down his sock and just get out and stick it in and go. But then you'd probably get booked for that, wouldn't you? Because you remember Jonas when he used to do Spider-Man, and he got booked, and then he was told, I think, to not do it anymore because Chris Hughton said to him, "You better not do that anymore, because if you score 5 goals, there's 5 bookings, you'll be out the game for the next one." So
yeah, well, that's it, isn't it?
It's just stupidity,
it will be hard to win goal of the month every month. The Premier League will still spoil it. We know the Premier League still don't like us. Do they?
Yeah.
They really still don't
not
like us in a way. Yeah, definitely. So, there you are. Do we expect Spurs? They're still going to be without Richarlison and, of course, Kulusevski. So they're going to probably still set up like they did away at Man United, where 3 at the back, 5 in midfield, including the wing backs, and 2 up front with Son and Kane.
I think they will, yeah. I think they'll try and compact the midfield to try and probably stop us playing as such. But do you know what I'd like more is Willock to get his first goal tomorrow this season. And no better place to do it than North London, apparently, especially when he's been part of the rivals at Arsenal. So, you know, and I'm sure that would go down well at Tottenham, wouldn't it, if he scores there? And
it would be. I mean, he knows these
cue the celebration. Well. Yeah. But, it would be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Really, really would be as well. So there you are. As we mentioned, they're going to find it hard to break us down, but we're going to have to be really on our game as well, definitely. I mean, we've seen what Kane and Son could do to a defence at times. I mean, particularly Son. Even though I don't think Son's been at his best this season, I must admit.
No, he hasn't. He's been a bit off this season, but then he came on as a sub and scored a hat-trick, didn't he?
Against Leicester, yeah.
Yeah, and but yeah, he's one of the. He is a good player, though. Son, you know, he's no slouch, that's for sure. And just got to make sure we snuffle his attack out and Kane's as well. If we keep them quiet, we win that game. I can see it. You know, we just don't want to concede silly goals.
No, that's it. Well, that's it. What we don't want to do, and we've been doing well in not doing that, as well. And I remember go down there the first where we won 1-0, first season under Bruce. We were defensively well organised in that game as well. I remember Dummett got man of the match in that game, and he was really superb at the back for us that game. We just need Botman and Shea to be like that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Because I haven't got a problem with Botman and Shea. To be fair, I think they'll be absolutely fine tomorrow. We know Botman's got a great tackle in him. You know, he's decision making, even in the box to tackle. I mean, he doesn't even get. I don't think he hasn't got a record of giving penalties away, so he's pretty good with his tackling. And obviously he knows when to tackle, when not to tackle. But yeah, I just think it'll be a hard. I think it'll be a hard game, but if we can get an early goal and kick on and see get a second, then we could quieten that Spurs lot down. You see, but the thing is, I know people are saying, well, Spurs. I know people are saying Spurs will be a hard game and all this. Yeah, but Man City was supposed to be a hard game as well. And look how well we played against them. After going 1-0 down after 5 minutes, we went 3-1 up.
Yeah.
We should have had a penalty in the first half at the end of that first half. So that would have made a 4-1. There's no way City would have come back, I don't think, from 4-1. But from 3-1, I mean, they come back. But still, we contain Man City, who I think are a better team than Tottenham Hotspur, if I'm honest. And if we can go ahead toe-to-toe with City and draw 3-3, then why can't we go down there and pick up the points?
Yeah, absolutely. I like how he says Kane loves his penalties. He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But he says we should be careful about Kane and his diving because he's known to do it a little bit as well.
Oh yeah, he's always on it, isn't he? And he's
absolutely. Sean says he's just subscribed, Tony, so you've got a new sub there for your channel.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks very much, mate.
Leaves his thoughts on sort of bottling a 2-0 lead to lose 4-2 against Burnley. Oh, yeah.
Good story, that, isn't it? I mean, to story of 2 offs, It's well done, Burnley. At least you got the Mackhams anyway. And beat them at the stadium of we know what.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. I like how he says, is ASM back for this game? I don't think he will be. No. I can't see for this game. No. And Sean says, we'll love it to beat Spurs, go fourth, but headers go for a 1-1. I know there's a lot of people have back draws as well, but again, we said that would be the worst result as well. It definitely wouldn't be the worst result at all.
It wouldn't be a bad result at all, no. I'll be quite happy with that.
Even Sean says, ha 4-2 Burnley.
They're dropping like a stone, aren't they, Sunderland?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, how does... Well, we've known Sunderland to do that loads of times, haven't we?
Be funny if it go back down to League One, won't it?
Well, I mean, I don't know where they're on the table at the moment, but I've not checked the championship table yet, so I'm not so sure as well. So there. And even I like how he says, what happened at Sunderland? Oh, well, I wonder what happened at Sunderland half-time to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other 13th.
They're 4 points above the drop zone.
Oh, so it's opening back up.
Squeaky bum time.
It is. It could well be. It certainly could well be for them. Definitely. But Liam thinks this won't go down, though.
They probably won't, They'll probably stay up, but poor West Brom are second bottom. Look at the mess Steve Bruce has left.
I mean, what happened in their game the day as well?
They got beat as well, 2-1.
Oh.
And have you noticed since Dwight Gale's gone to Stoke, he's never scored a goal yet for Stoke. And they got beat again today, 2-0.
Oh. Yep, absolutely. Chris Bagg said Sunderland, Steve Bruce popped into the Sunderland dressing room at half-time to G them up.
Yeah, Millwall beat West Brom 2-1.
Sunderland love their relegation battles, regardless which league they play. Yeah, Sunderland will be around mid-table. I said that from the start. Yeah, I think possibly around there as well. So, but
the broadband's still down in Sunderland.
Now I'll go to the management of Tony Mowbray now.
Probably will, won't they? It's but that's still the broadband's down tonight in Sunderland again.
And Liam says Millwall are in the playoffs, potential league fixture next season.
Oh no. No, we don't want Millwall in the Premier League. I'm sorry, because their fans aren't the greatest, are they?
No, they're not. They're not really, are they? They can be really bad trouble.
Saying that, Pete, you're too young to remember, so I can't see you'd remember this, but I remember back in the 80s, and I mean, I was a teenager back then, and when Millwall and Chelsea used to come to Newcastle, I remember they used to have to board all the shop windows up in the city centre, like Phoenix and everywhere, because they used to come up, Chelsea and Millwall, and used to put all the windows out in the city centre before the game as well. They were horrible. They were thugs. A lot of them were. They were thugs, but yeah, they were absolutely woeful. They were, but yeah, they used to have to board all the windows up because they were terrible for that, putting out the windows. And people used to leave the town early to get home because they knew when Chelsea and Millwall came, like just your general public going shopping and that. They wouldn't want to be shopping when the match was on, or when the match is on, get their shopping done and get home, because they knew the thugs were there from Millwall and Chelsea.
Yeah.
But that was back then, though. But I mean, that's probably mellowed a bit more since then.
Liam wants Millwall up because of West Ham. I mean, that is a feisty one as well.
That'll be fights waiting to happen, that, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. Tangy, good evening. Some good results today for the two if we can win tomorrow, but I would take a draw, to be honest. Yeah, absolutely as well. I like Covey says, I don't know much about Millwall. Sounds like a five-a-side team. I mean, the fan base.
Yeah, that fan base is just
not the
like,
80s, man, but Millwall was as hard as nails. They were, weren't they?
They were, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I bet in Europe, I bet when they were going around in Europe, you know, when they got through after being the FA Cup final, I bet European football were like, what the hell are these, you know? I bet they'd do well in the you know, if they were playing against Bulgarian teams or somewhere like that, where they've got the hard nuts and that, you know. I bet I bet they'll get on well with them.
Yeah, Millwall, they're Liam's local team as well in the 92. Chelsea headhunters. Yep, absolutely. Right, what we'll do, we'll run into the predicted lineup for what we think Eddie Howe is going to go with tomorrow. I know you just gave it before, Tony, but we'll all pick and choose. So, obvious one, Tony, in goal. You know
Nick
who it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's just been brilliant for us, hasn't he?
Yeah, and like I said last night, Pete, the thing is, though, it's, you know, all these England fans who criticised him, yes, okay, he didn't hold the shot, and he should have, whatever. And they're all saying, "Oh yeah, Pope's crap, get him out. He's not an England #1 and all this." But what they need to look at is, if he's not that good, how's he got 5 clean sheets at Newcastle? And it's because the defence in front of him is better than the shite that was in front of him for England. That's for sure. If you're playing behind Harry Maguire and Kyle Walker, you're going to be nervous as hell, because I'm sure I would be as a goalkeeper. Nice to play in that position.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've said as well, we don't want Dubravka back now, do we?
No, not at all. No, he can go and do one. I'm sorry, in January, sell him. Just say to Man United, we're taking them back and we're selling them. Get rid.
Yeah, absolutely. Right back, this is an obvious one as well. It's got to be Captain that man, Kieran Trippier. Captain Trippier on the day as well. And no doubt we'll take the captain's armband as well. And against his former club, he'll be well up for this as well. Definitely, no doubt about that. As well.
Yeah, definitely will be.
Right, 2 centre-backs. So who's going in one of their positions? Tony, again, obvious as well.
Share.
Yep. Been so good as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's been brilliant. Yeah. He scored there last season as well, that free kick.
Yes, he did. And alongside him, it's got to be that man as well for me, Sven Botman.
The Rolls Royce.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, definitely as well. Who's left back? Do we make the change there?
I would say put Target there just for a bit of pace.
Yep.
So not that he needs against Emerson Royale. I would like it to be Target.
Definitely going to be. Or do you think it's definitely going to be Dan Burn, though?
That's the thing, but he's changing. But then it might be good to give Dan Burn a rest. No disrespect, Dan Burn's 29, isn't he? So give him a rest and give Matty Target a go. You know, guy's got to play some games.
Yeah, we'll go for him. I think Target's got to get a game at some point now for me. I think Dan Burn did well on Wednesday night against Everton, but as Eddie Howe says, he is going to make some rotations, and Matt Target could well be one of them. Definitely. Right, into the midfield. And let's start it off with that man there, Mr. Bruno. I think he'll be in. I've heard nothing to say that he's definitely going to be missing the game at all whatsoever, because he could easily fly out either later on tonight or first thing tomorrow morning.
Yeah, absolutely. I say Bruno.
Yep, absolutely. Who's taking another role in that midfield, Tony?
Willock.
Yeah, I think Willock is going to come back in for me as well. I think Joe Linton is not going to make the game tomorrow. Again, if he's not fully fit, just don't risk him. You know what has happened when we've risked players far too early and then they're injured again. Well, Eddie Howe doesn't do that. He's playing it safe. So if he's not fit, Joe Linton, just don't play him. And like he's done with Shelby, you know that he's been on the bench, but he's not brought him on yet. So he's just being very careful with him as well.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Which, again, is good. And the last player to take the midfield role is going to be Sean Longstaff. Yep. We're going to have to see a bit of improvement because he was quite sloppy on Wednesday night as well. So he's going to have to really stop giving the ball away very cheaply at times for me. Because this is Spurs and they can really counter-attack.
And he's going to have... That. Yeah, sorry, Pete. And he's going to have to watch where he's tackling in that box because he nearly gave a penalty away to Man United last week as well. Very close to it. And I worry a bit when he starts to tackle in that box. So he just needs to watch where he's putting his legs or his feet because, he's a want to give a penalty away. So let's hope that doesn't happen tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is the three in the midfield. Right then, let's do the attacking three. We'll start off on the left. Who's he going with? Is he going to go with him?
Elliot Anderson. Got to.
Let's go for it. Yes, give him that chance now. He deserves that opportunity now for me. Even Eddie Howe says he's due a start. Why not this game? Give Murphy a break again, who wasn't great the other night as well. Was starting to go back to what he was, how we've been playing before that as well. So I would love to see Anderson play tomorrow as well. And on the right-hand side, I have no doubt it's going to be that man there.
Miggy. Yeah, it's got to be.
Full of confidence. 5 goals this season. It'd be great if he was to add to that again. Just to continue to keep adding because he's not frightened to shoot, even though maybe a couple of the attempts are going off the bar. But of course, the one against Everton was just an absolute. It was just an unbelievable goal, as well.
You might score another goal of the month contender tomorrow.
You could. That would be great. Definitely. It really
from a Bruno assist
as well. Oh yes, that certainly would be good because. Yes, that would be fantastic. And the final part, who takes up front in the middle? Easy one as well.
Wilson, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be Wilson, definitely. Got to try and give him service, but he's got to start trying to get on the end of things as well. Hopefully he can.
Definitely.
The last time he played at the White Hart Lane Stadium, he did score the penalty as well. But we just want to try and see him get on the end of things just a little bit more now. Because he can.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He is known to do that. He is definitely known to do that as well. So that is the predicted lineup. So we've gone with Nick Pope, Kieran Trippier, Fabian Schär, Sven Botman, Matt Targett, Bruno, Joe Willock, Sean Longstaff. And we're going to go with Elliot Anderson, Miggy, and Callum Wilson to be the starting 11 tomorrow. As we mentioned, Eddie Howe could make some changes in there. And I think it's a good idea too. It's a good idea too, definitely. So, Emily as well. So, there we are. Mason, good evening. Hope you're well. Sean says, stop watching too much Green Street. I've seen that film, Green Street. Oh. Yeah. Millwall versus Everton will be a riot. I think an Everton fan actually got their throat slashed by a Millwall fan as well.
God.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Bench start left back. Yeah, we think we should be looking to rest him now for this game. I honestly think Millwall will be the next team to get promoted to the Premier League. We'll just wait and see. There's still a long way to go just yet. Big Joe is in the house. Yes, he is. We should just keep Karius and sell Dubravka.
Yeah, definitely.
Why not?
I definitely agree with that, Pete. I mean, I said that last night. Get rid of Dubravka, give Karius an extended contract at the end of the season. He's probably going to play in the Carabao Cup game against Palace anyway, and let's see how he does. You know, I mean, the guy wants to get back in and playing football, and he wants to prove himself. And what better way to prove himself than be with us? And I bet Eddie Howe's knocked a lot of the mistakes out of him by now. I bet he's done a lot in training, and I bet it's probably the best training he's had for a long time.
Yep. Sean says Big Joe would do the Millwall lot it. People were saying Burner right. People say Burner's left back. Let's Trippier move ahead as a right midfielder. Really? Wow. Tangy thinks Shelby's going to get the last 20 minutes. He could well do. I think it would be great to see him get involved in some part of the game, definitely as well.
Yeah.
Sean says PD and Tony will fill the Millwall in if they come up the two. Lionel Miggy. I like how he says Miggy for Ballon d'Or.
Wouldn't that be funny? Over, you know, Grealish must be sitting there thinking, "I wish I'd never said that now," because you know what he's done? He's spurred Miggy on. That's what he's done. He's just given him a bit of fuel to say, "Do you know what, Jack Grealish? I'm going to show you how good a player I am," and he's now shown it.
Yeah, that's it. Absolutely. White Trout says Spurs were far impressive from the last game. The way they win that were a bit way off against Man United. Mason says sorry for being late at the gate, being at the gates of game. They lost today to Woking.
Yeah, 3-1, I think it was, wasn't it? And they're in the relegation zone now. Yeah. Tough league though when you come up from the National League North.
Yeah, it certainly is. But Gates said it's great to see the back that were wrongfully kicked out with that. In my opinion, they were really wrongfully kicked out with it. Liam says, I love that film Green Street. I've seen it. It's Purely Bella's still one of my favorite football movies.
Oh yeah,
that's that's just the best one for me because it's so funny as well.
Oh, it's brilliant, Purely Bella. Yeah, not seen that for a few years now. It's a good no.
I haven't seen it for a while as well. Yeah, I've still got the DVD. Gates have got Scunthorpe on Tuesday. Yes, I do.
And they're in a relegation zone. Scunthorpe
as well, and they've been relegated twice in a row, haven't they?
Yeah.
Oh, something like that. But they've really dropped down.
Yeah, because they got. Yeah, I mean, God, I remember when we played them in the 2009-10 season, and I went to Scunthorpe when we lost 2-1 down there in the Championship. That was horrible that night. And have you ever been to Scunthorpe Stadium, Pete?
I've never been to that one.
Oh, honestly, well, where my seat was, you had a big iron girder right in front of it.
Oh.
And it doesn't say on the ticket it was restricted view. But obviously all the fans stood, so I just stood at the side of this girder watching the game. But, well, when you walk into a stadium, you walk in and you've got all the stairs, concourse and all this sort of thing, haven't you? You walk into there, you show your ticket at the gate, and I thought, there'll be like, you got the turnstile to come, because I thought, well, why is the steward looking at my ticket there before I go through the turnstile? And you don't. As soon as you open the door, you go in, and you walk in, you're in where the seating area is already, and you're like, oh, there's no middle bit. You're just straight to the stadium. And you can actually put your hand over the wall. It's Scunthorpe, where the wall is at the bottom, but you can actually put your hand over the wall and touch the pitch. It's honestly, it's a scrappy ground, and it holds only like 9,000 people. Gladford Park.
I mean, I've been to Palace, and where I sat,
I
had the restrictive view, and I had the thingy going across right in front of us.
So
that was it.
Yeah, Scunthorpe's one of those places. It's just like, it's not the best. I mean, the car park, they've got a huge car park out there, which is brilliant. And I think that was only like £3 to park, which wasn't too bad because was when I lived in Durham. So I drove down it's only like a couple of hours drive, 2.5 hours drive, but straight along the M180. But yeah, but my daughter got Kevin Nolan's training top off him that night because
oh, nice.
he come down, he picked the ball up and she went, "Oh, I want one of you, I want one of the tops." And I says, "Do you want us to get him?" She went, "I'm not shouting." So I shouted Kevin, and he looked, and I says, "Oh, my daughter says, can she have your top?" And he come down, he took it off, and he went, "There you go, darling, you can have it." And I thought, "Oh, that was nice of him."
Kenny.
And then this kid asked Steve Harper for his jacket. And he gave it to the kid, he took it off and said, "There you go."
Yeah, all the shots should have went down that season, said Liam from the National League as well. Scunthorpe did get back to relegation, but I know they've really dropped down the leagues now. Even Liam's knows Scunthorpe Football Factory is all right. I'm not sure if I've seen that, to be honest. Football Factory. No. Scunthorpe got battered by Shields last week. Wow. I remember Bonsley away, no cover in the 90s was soaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember they didn't have a cover on then, did they? Even Liam's been to a few grounds in the lower leagues. Pablo's in the house. Hi, everyone. Just managed to join in. What did I miss? Just be rattled through the game on Sunday as well. How far we're going to do. Right, we are going to start coming to the end of the show now. So now we'll do the final part, the score predictions. I know we said it on the show last night, Tony, but let's get the score predictions in again.
Yeah, I'm still fancying this, and I still fancy us to win it. So I'm going to say 2-1.
2-1 Newcastle.
Goals from Miggy and Bruno. No, sorry, Miggy and Trippier, because I want Trippier to score against his old club, and I want to see him celebrate.
Yeah, and I've said I'm going to go for 3-2. And I've gone for goals for Miggy, Wilson, and Willock. Yeah. It'd be great for Miggy to score his record. Willock's due a goal for me at some point, and hopefully we can get Wilson back to scoring the goals again as soon as we. He says you remember Oldham in the Premier League. Yes, I do remember them in the Premier League.
We beat them 1-0.
And look where they are. Yeah. 1-1, my guess is safe away. Yep. Pablo's only on the predicted teams as well. You can always watch the show again when we're finished as well. Chris Banks going for a 2-0 win to Newcastle. And I like how he says, I found it weird of Patrice Evra to eat the grass at Old Trafford while he was on air. Wow.
Strange one.
Jesus.
Was he a rabbit?
Yeah, he's just put a thing I can see it on my YouTube. Just to clarify, I am not on Grindr for fuck's sake. Fucking trolls, man, sad bastards, absolutely as well. He's just messaged me, and I'll message him back quickly after this show. Yep, again, why do people have to do this? It's not funny. It's just stupid and pathetic. And I like obviously thinks it'll be a 1-1 draw. Football Factory has a young Danny Dyer in it. Ah, right. And again, I've not been. Liam's been to Boundary Park. Notts County were in Division 1 when I was a lad. Yeah, yes, I remember those.
Yeah.
Very good. Even in Peter and Tony. Thanks, Paul. Sean went to Swindon away in the early 90s.
Oh, the county ground.
Oldham, Notts County, Coventry, etc. Yes, I remember them as well. Idiots. And Sean says, what's Grindr? It's a gay bisexual dating app. And yeah, as I mentioned before, you'll hear what I said earlier in the show as well, definitely. Well, just Eric said he loves Old Trafford, then pluck some grass and ate it. Jeez, I'll have to look that if I can find that. I'm going to be that person. 2-1 Spurs. Don't hate me. I hope I'm wrong. Again, if we play well, that's all we can ask for. Boundary Park and McAlpine, coldest grounds ever.
That was Huddersfield's. That's Huddersfield's ground.
Yes, that's right. Wimbledon as well, who was in the Premier League. I remember Wimbledon in the Premier League as well.
Yeah, Plough Lane. Well, they played at Selhurst Park, didn't they? Because Plough Lane got overgrown, didn't it? And they just well, got put the back at Plough Lane now.
Yeah, absolutely.
AFC Wimbledon.
Right, that's it. We're gonna. Yeah, absolutely. Right, that's it. We're going to wrap up the show for tonight. Thankfully, my internet's been a little bit more better than it was yesterday, thankfully. But again, guys, if you have enjoyed, of course, please do hit the thumbs up. Hit, of course, the subscribe button if you are new to the channel or if you are enjoying the content and you're not yet subscribed. Of course, it is completely free and it does really help grow the channel as well. Hit the notification bell as well because it will let you know whenever I am live or when there's a video that's been uploaded to the channel as well. You can still donate as well. Feel free to become a member of the channel as well. And of course, do check Tony out on, of course, John Sinclair TV as a co-host. And with his new channel, he's got his new channel as well. It's All Black and White TV. Links down in the description for Tony's new channel. Do drop him a subscriber. It's great to see Tony is going to be start doing his own channel as well. So, yeah. And Paul's going for a win tomorrow. Paul Huddersfield, great show, Pete and Tony. Thanks, Chris. Tony knows his stuff. He certainly does. Bye, Pete, to Tony and all. Thanks, Coffee, for tuning in. Cheers, guys. Take care, all. Right, guys. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest.
Thank you for having me on, Pete.
No problem at all. And hope you enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend. And we'll catch you all later. See you later, guys.
Away the lads.
Good night, everyone. Away the lads.